Now, just something else tangentially related. I noticed you circulating yesterday an article in the American Mind talking about this great conflict for women, career versus fertility, and making the point that the fertility gap is quite narrow. So whereas your career, there's plenty of decades to play with. Is that a message that women need to hear or think about?
I think it's an uncommon message, but it makes sense. I mean, we now work until we're about 70. Some people work well into their 70s. Some people work until they're 80 years old. But if you're a woman, if you're biologically female, you only really have maybe 2 decades at most in which you can have babies. And I think it's a mistake for women to believe that they have to compete with men during their 20s and 30s when they have their whole life to compete in the economic sphere, the professional sphere. And you can catch up and you can surpass men eventually if you're talented and you work hard. But this idea that we have to compete with men in our 20s and 30s, I think does a disservice to women, ultimately.
It's a fascinating debate, and it will be one hell of a debate. Thanks for joining us, Claire.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Claire Lehmann there, who's the editor and founder of Quillette online. Check that out. You can also read her in The Australian.